switch gears here. We're going to move on to the Black Israelites. Has everyone on the call ever heard of them?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
to plug us real quick, we did a show last night, a deep dive on the drones last night. If you want to go and watch that video, whatever the name it was, go ahead, Nora.
Yeah, and you can check out my room, but I'm going to do a deep dive this weekend called Beyond the Surface. But anyways, what I can't say on here. So this first clip, uh, what's that guy, Jesse Peterson, your favorite guy, Gray? I'm gonna play a clip of him
You
interviewing
like
one.
Jesse Lee, Greg? Come on, man. Come on to the
I
right side. How you like
right,
Jesse
yeah,
Lee
right.
and you a
He doesn't.
Democrat?
That's a joke. He
Come
thinks Jesse
on.
Lee Peterson is GAY,
Oh,
allegedly.
okay,
Nah,
okay,
nah,
man.
But
nah. Jesse D. Peterson, that dude.
Jesse Lee is the
y'all can
Yeah,
go
man,
he
bro.
check
that
out
dude.
our old video. We had me, D, White, and Gray. We did a breakdown of it. You can go watch why Gray feels that way. But anyways, this first clip. So tonight, the clips that I'm playing is going to be first with Jesse Lee Peterson. Then it's going to be another podcaster. He went in, a white guy, and he went and spent a week with the Black Israelites in New York City. And some of the things that they said were horrendous. They were racist. And I'm putting a disclaimer out there. These are not the views of the new party and any of our guests. But we have to talk about it because this is a real thing. So I'm going to play this first clip. Jesse Lee Peterson, he's funny. He interviews this guy. Let's hear what he has to say.
You a Christian?
I'm not a Christian. I'm an Israelite.
You a what?
An Israelite.
What's that?
You had an Israelite on your show. You had Captain Tazariak on your show.
Oh yeah.
Remember him?
Yeah. You like that?
I like that. I
Are you
am that.
like you that kind of an Israelite thing?
You can say that, yes.
Are you?
Yes.
You agree with him?
Yes.
And why were you a Christian before you became an Israelite?
Yes, I was raised a Christian. I grew up in a Baptist church.
Really?
Right.
So you're known as a Black Israelite?
I'm known as an Israelite. See, the term Black Israelite is oppressive because we don't
Oppressive?
Yeah, it's unfair. We don't call Jewish people white Jewish people.
Why not?
You do that?
Uh-huh.
I never heard of
I
it.
didn't know the difference for a while because they look like white people to me.
That we always say white Jewish people. We always say Jewish people. I never hear people saying white Jewish
Oh, I
people.
see. And so to call you Black Israelite is oppressive?
Yeah, it's unfair. Just call me an Israelite.
Oh.
Yeah.
And why did you switch from Christianity to Israelite?
Because I studied and I found out the truth.
And what was that truth?
That Jesus is a Jew. You agree?
Jesus is a Jew?
Jesus, yeah, because he's still.
Well, he was while he was here.
He's dead?
No, he's not dead.
Where is he?
He's in us.
So is, present tense.
Right.
So he is a Jew.
Right.
You agree?
That Jesus is a Jew?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. So I found out the truth.
Well, the real Jesus is not a Jew. He's a spirit. But he came on earth as a Jew. He was born through a Jewish woman.
A Jew,
But the real,
no, not
the real
a Jewish
Jesus
woman.
is
She was a Jew, not Jewish. The suffix ish,
whatever.
the suffix ish means somewhat like pertaining to, which is why we don't use it.
Oh man. So let me say. So yes, Jesus was a Jew.
Right. So I studied what made him a Jew. He was from the tribe of Judah. So the Bible focuses on lineage. It doesn't focus really on a religion. It's lineage based.
And so
So
that's why you switch from Christianity to what are you,
an
Israelite?
Israelite, yes. And I just so happen to
Because
be
Jesus was a Jew.
right. I just so happen to be from the tribe of Judah. I just so happen to be a Jew. You can be an Israelite and you could be from the tribe of Manasseh, Issachar, Gad, Nad. You could be from another one of the 12 tribes. I just so happen to be from the tribe of Judah.
And what good is it doing you to be an Israelite that it didn't do for you as a Christian?
Right. So a lot of Christians, they think that Jesus is white, and they hang that white Jesus up in their church, and it doesn't help you to serve a Jesus or a God that doesn't look like you. That's not to your benefit. That's to your detriment. My belief now is that Jesus and God, they look like me, and the people of the Bible look like me.
But what good is it doing you? What good is it doing you to be
Israelite.
Israelite as opposed to a Christian?
When I was a Christian, I lived a life that was off because a lot of Christian churches, the pastors, they preach that no matter what you do, God will forgive you. You can be gay, you can be straight, you can get high, you can eat pork, you can do all of these different things. As an Israelite, I understand that that's not true. We
And you
can
don't
eat
do any
pork.
of those
I
things?
don't.
You don't do.
Okay, so I see we have probably maybe one of them in the chat that might know them, but they call themselves Black Hebrew Israelites or just Hebrew Israelites. Um, Gray, what's your thoughts on the clip that we just played?
I know that recently, I don't know if it was a few years ago, they actually did some type of DNA thing. I think it was in Ghana that proved that there were some Black Jewish people. I think the confusion comes with DNA and religion. So that's the issue that I have with what they're trying to say. And I know it comes from the passage where Abraham is told by God that the people will be in bondage for 400 years. And I don't know the passage, so I won't go into that. But grew up Christian. My mother didn't really go to church, and my girlfriend is Catholic. So, I mean, I don't know. What about you, Mr. Nick, being the Jewish person on the call? What do you think about that? What you heard?
Okay. Do you mind if I try to elaborate a little bit? Is that okay to go a little bit deep?
Yeah.
Okay. So first of all, about the color thing, I don't care. Right? White, brown, black.
Same.
Don't care.
Same.
Has nothing to do with anything of what we're talking about. Thank you, Slim. But this is what I understood. I did a little bit of a deep dive. I understood that the Africans back, we're even talking about the 1700s, 1600s, found the Torah and the story of Moses leading the slaves out of Egypt into Israel. They found a relation to that because they were also oppressed and slaves. They found some sort of dynamic, some sort of, hey, I understand that. Hey, maybe we should do that with our people. And a little Judaism got popular there, right? Maybe it gave them something to look forward to, something how to get out of slavery, right? We know this existed in Africa. This is not a debate, right? Now, that's where I understood where it got a
Like
little bit of steam.
Ethiopia has Jews there, for example.
Big.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
We in Israel, we brought in 400,000 Ethiopians in the 90s from Ethiopia
Mhm.
into Israel. So
Yeah.
we know, right? They look like Jews look like everything, right? There's not one or
Mhm.
two or three different types. So that's my understanding where it caught a little traction, kind of died off. In the 1800s, one of their prophets, one of their leaders named Frank, okay, kind of brought it back, not brought it, but brought it into America. Now, something is very important. This is not a religion thing. This is an ideology thing. Like you were saying, Nora, kind of like a cult.
Mhm.
This is what it is. And they don't claim anything different. They do know it's an ideology. Now, the thing that I found more interesting with them is that they absolutely hate Jews. They in Brooklyn, in New York, I think there was like a month or two where 10, 12 people got shot, synagogues, bakeries, whatnot. They also believe that the earth is not round, all of them, right? All believe that the earth is square. I don't know what that means, but I kind of find that funny that they all do believe that.
Wait, square or flat? Just
Sorry,
square?
flat. Sorry, flat.
Okay,
They're
okay,
flat
okay.
earthers. That's what I meant. Sorry, they're flat earthers.
It's
Don't know what it
okay.
has to do with it, but I kind of find that funny. And they do a lot of the what are those the head KKK people? What are they called? Grand something?
Grand Wizard.
Red
Grand
Yeah.
Wizard.
Wizards said they are the black KKK, right? With the amount of anti-Semitic things that they do not like. So he actually
Mhm.
endorsed them in a way, right? Because they have the same cause.
Right.
But that's the only thing that I've seen where it came from Africa. What they really do not like is Jews. I don't know. I know that they don't have a lot of members. I think they're barely at 10,000, somewhere around there. I mean, I've seen them talk. I've seen them online arguing with people that they are the real Israelites, which is funny because Israelites came from Judah. The original Israel, before Israel, was called Judah, and the people there were called Israelites. So are they now saying that they are the original Israelites and they're the actually, and if you are the real Israelites, you should be celebrating Hanukkah, right? Because the Israelites defeated the Greeks, and now we have the miracle of the 8 days of Hanukkah. I don't think they celebrate Hanukkah. I'm pretty sure they don't. So I don't know. That was just
No, and I also think they believe in Jesus. So that's like the different. Like they're saying that they're the Israelites as far as like lineage, but they follow Christian practices. And I actually have a clip that breaks down the 12 tribes that you're talking about. But I'll let everyone speak and then I'll play it.
Vulgar and Vulgar, I think your phone ringer is going through the mic.
No, that's not me.
Oh, that's not you? Somebody's name
With
is going on.
Yeah, I've been hearing it too.
Yeah. Slim, was that you?
No, I was on
Somebody
mute.
was going
When that
to
was going
but
on.
go ahead,
I'm
Vulgar,
off
my bad.
Man. As I hear all this, like I said, I'm not as well versed on all this, but it goes back to what I keep saying. It sounds like religious gangs. It sounds like they just trying to
So you're set up.
the religious Bloods, the religious Crips, that's what it's starting to sound like. Like we just got to form some type of gang just to be mad at the other side. Like we're bored. Life is so safe. We just got to form something. Everybody was in the church, and then they got bored in church, so now to create these gangs within it. That's all it sounds like to me. It's just somebody looking for validation. It all sounds silly.
Dr. Umar dudes. I don't
Is
like
he
none of
is
them
He's
Dr.
the worst.
Umar dudes. Any one of them smart,
What was it,
dumb,
Hoteps?
and I call them smart, dumb. You know what I mean? But I don't want to say the N word, but the reality is that's that Dr. Umar mindset. Black this, black that, black this. I don't
Yeah.
care about none of that.
It's
That
profitable.
pisses me off.
He's making so much. He's lining his pocket. He's lining everything
Just
but his
running
school.
his gums. He ain't doing nothing but dividing the people
But
every day.
he
You
making
mention
money.
I
that,
don't
He
bro.
think
making money while he
he
doing it.
honest. I think Tariq Nasheed is worse than him though, because at least Dr. Umar acknowledges the Pan-African
All of
people.
them. All of them.
Like
It ain't about black and white, man. That's where we have an issue. These people are so stuck in slavery days and looking for reparations. I can't get with that, man. It kills me because we're in this country. It kills me that anyone can come here and benefit, but we live here and don't take advantage. It kills me.
well, get
Umar
ready.
could
It's
have had
about to get
5 by
worse.
now.
Let me play the 12 tribes of Israel and what they mean because Nick brought that up.
Is unbelievably on point right now.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Can you describe what you got going on?
Oh, okay, I'm gonna give you this visitor's
Yes, visitor
pass. That way
pass.
we don't whip your ass in.
Yeah, I was actually seeing if I could join.
No, you can't join.
Why is that?
Cause you're not the race that we're allowed to join with.
What race you gotta be?
You gotta be one of the 12 tribes of Israel. In North Central and South America, they're primarily blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. So if your father's like of Negroid descent, Native Indian descent, Dominican or something like that, then you could join in. But if he's not one of them, you can't join in.
What percent do I gotta have?
Your daddy just got to be there. It's no percent. Even Jewish people say that you're Jewish according to your mother, but the Bible says it's according to your father. So like for us, Bob Marley is a white man.
Can you break that down for me?
Because if you ever look up Bob Marley's father, Bob Marley looks like his father in blackface. Because
So
Bob
my
Marley's father
mom
is white.
could be a beautiful black queen, but if my dad's white, I'm out.
That's right.
I'm gonna need your help reading one of these words, but can you say what that shirt says?
This brother has a shirt. This is ISCPK.
So pretty much, I know it went by really fast, but the 12 tribes of Israel is American blacks, West Indian blacks, Haitians, Puerto Ricans, Cubans, Dominicans, Guatemala to Panama, American Indians, Seminole Indians, Colombia to Uruguay, Incas, Mexican Aztecs, Argentina, and those from Chile. If you're not one of those, basically their belief, oh, and it gets crazier. I'm about to tell you their belief. Their belief is if you're not one of those, you are eventually going to be enslaved. So people that are one of those will take over the rest of us because my father is not. So I would be, I guess, a slave. and
Wow.
you guys are going to take us over and enslave us for the rest of eternity.
Oh my God.
I think they trying to use like the real 12 tribes of Israel.
Ah,
Is that
man.
what that is, Mr. Nick? Like they're
Uh,
trying to base it off of,
there
like
are
take that
different types.
information.
There are all different types and tribes of Judaism for sure.
Mhm,
For
mhm,
example, when we go to service on Saturday, the rabbi will always ask, "Is there a Cohen?" You know the last name Cohen. Um,
mhm,
he'll always ask if there's a bloodline of a Cohen, and most of the time there's not. Right? It's a very rare bloodline. Because they will get, let's say, first privilege to read from the Torah, blah, blah, blah. Doesn't really mean
mm.
anything, right?
I knew someone with that last name, so like they're more blessed.
Michael
Um,
Cohen, Donald Trump's lawyer.
um, you know what? Even though he's a Cohen, I don't know if he's a Cohen. I don't know if it just goes by last name. I
Yeah.
don't know him completely. I know him, but I don't know him.
Mhm,
But yeah, there is some advantages.
You blessed
It's
to be Trump
biblical
lawyer.
stuff, right? It's just like you can't pray in a temple unless you have 10 men, right? You can't. Um,
mm,
these are old traditions. Do they mean
mhm,
much? I mean, depending on how you look into it, I don't really care. But going back to what Slim said, we are living in the age, I think now, where calling someone a racist or just trying to make money on racism, I think is going down a little bit. 10 years ago, when you called somebody a racist, even especially a white person, they freak out, right? Doesn't matter they did anything, didn't, just the word racist kind of, freaked them out. I think that
mhm,
word has less meaning now. It's been used so many times, just like when you call Donald Trump Hitler, right? It doesn't have the same, punch, right, anymore. And I think the same thing comes with we all know with all this race stuff, the trans ideology stuff, there's money to be made here, right? There's a
Yep.
lot
mhm,
of money to be made here. Pharmaceutical companies,
Profitable.
right? Very profitable. You get one kid that's transitioning, that's a patient for life, right? Puberty blockers, testosterone, surgery, blah, 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 blah. That's for life. $2 million patient every person. So we know there's money to be made here, groups, blah, blah, blah. Um, I personally don't like when it comes to color, when it comes to religion. I don't like when someone supersedes other people or feel like they are better from where they come from. That's how I was raised. And I was most of my time I spend in LA, and I was around everything. And we never talked about color, didn't matter. And we didn't talk about political beliefs at all, right? Until pretty much COVID. And then you start seeing these things about racist and racist that, but you're like, wait, hold on. I went to school with these people. They sat in the same chair as me, right? We went out together. We broke bread. Why are you saying we're racist, right? These people had the same chances as me. I had the same chances as them, right? This country, America, is the greatest country ever. That's why people always want to come here. They want to call it racist. If it's so racist, why is 80% of the migration coming to America? Of the world, 80%, 75% coming to this country if it's so bad. Why? This is the only country where you can go, open a business, nobody cares, just get your license, do your thing. If you're good, if you're what the market wants, you will get paid, regardless of gender, regardless of belief. If you have a service, you will get paid. No one cares about anything else. No one cares. That's my belief. And I'm an immigrant. I came here when I was 2, right? And I've never, ever, ever felt like I was less than or I couldn't do. The first time I told you I ran into racism is 150 miles away from LA. It's called Palm Springs. We call it a desert. And that's the first time I ran into skinheads. First time. That was 14 or 15 years old.
Man, you must have been gone when I went. I love Palm Springs.
I've been there plenty of times. It's just we
Yeah,
just
Palm's
happened to
fun.
be there that day.
Well, Slim, I know you agree the most with what Mr. Nick said because you're the most anti-racist black guy I know. So go ahead.
I love it, man. I mean, I just wish most of the world has that vision to understand it's really not about color. We live in the greatest country on the planet. And just like the brother said, it doesn't really matter what culture you come from, what's your background. It's all mattering what's up here, what you believe. And if these people could put you in a mind state to make you believe something that's definitely not true and that could divide you from your people, that's wrong, bro. It's all manipulation. You know what I'm saying? So if you can understand that, we're in 2024 almost, we're in 2024, bro. Like, think about what these people are talking about from back in the days. Those days are over with. Like, the racism, the black and white, it's irrelevant right now. Like, we're all equal. We just have to believe we are. And if they tell you that you're not, you just fall into the rhetoric of what they want you to believe. So at the end of the day, I got it tattooed on my body, bro. Intelligence over emotion. If you allow them to prey on your emotion, you will lose, bro. It doesn't matter what color you are. And I'm
So
gonna yield with that.
Vogel, we all equal?
I believe we are, but I do have some other side to present though. I'm with 85, but during the election when the debates were high, there was a guy who was military, and he kept attacking me for my stance, and I had to tell him, I'm like, you keep trying to throw your military service in to say that I'm disrespecting you, and I'm like, no, you went to fight for me to have the freedom to express and feel how I want.
Absolutely.
So what I'm saying, I don't know if y'all remember in school the original Martin Luther, not Martin Luther King, but the original Martin Luther, who migrated to America because he couldn't practice his religion, right?
Religion.
So what we have to realize, even though this Israelite, FBA, all these other things sound crazy, part of America and part of why it's great is they have that freedom to do that. It's not illegal. They're not doing anything illegal. They have that freedom to believe whatever the hell they want. Even though it sounds crazy to us, but we do have to remember a part of being American and being here is that we have that freedom to believe dumb shit like that. So I just wanted to put that out. I just wanted to put that out
Well,
there.
well, I'm gonna play this clip at what they believe in, and do you think they're a hate group? We can talk about that. But this is them telling the guy that was hanging out with them that he's a white slave.
Yeah, get down and get some push-ups. See, I just told a white man what to do. Whoa. Down. Now you should take a picture. My slave. Get in position.
I'm not doing what Master says.
In the kingdom, when he says, I'm not doing what Master says, that's what happens.
So you believe white people are destined to be slaves?
Facts. That's what God said. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword.
I've never put anyone in captivity. I've never enslaved
But
anyone.
your ancestors is
No,
why
actually
you
they
benefit.
didn't. Actually they did.
Where you from?
Poland. I came from the Polish poor farmers in South Dakota that didn't have shit, that came from Poland that didn't have shit, but also I don't believe in collectivism. I don't believe that. That would mean like if one black guy in Pennsylvania did something, I'm gonna be like, oh well, you have to pay for the consequences. Someone that did something 200 years ago, just because you happen to look slightly like them, that is a dumb idea.
Nah.
Thank you, Master T. Thank you, Master T. How happy are you right now? Master T. Master.
Whew.
I
It's
mean,
getting outrageous, man.
Sorry.
I mean, to me, when I look at that, to me, that seems racist, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
it
owe me
is.
because I'm this and you're that. No
Yeah.
debate, no question, right? But then again, you can do that, going back to what Slim and Vogler said, you can do that in America. Can't do that anywhere else. Not too many places you can do that.
Nope.
To say that to another, whatever race, whatever you want to call it, you can't do that in too many places.
Mm-mm.
Black people ain't racist at all. Black people don't that no matter what they do, they not racist at
Nope.
all.
Yeah,
Nope.
but
They
you
can
know,
say whatever, like
God
they did on the
forbid you
live.
call
Remember
a
that day,
black person
85?
a racist.
but no,
Mm-hmm.
you know what? Nobody is. I haven't seen any babies walking around like, yeah, I can't wait till I get grown so I can pay these mofos back. Like you just don't like they don't come out the womb just with a chip on their shoulder. Like
Nah,
this
it's
stuff
so
is
funny.
passed down. It is
But they don't.
trained.
But they don't speak for the black community, right?
Yeah.
Not to me. I mean, you're
They
always
think they
gonna
do
say,
though.
what's that?
They think
Yeah.
they do. They think that we're the what are like the black sheep. Like, how dare we speak out and say it
Oh,
doesn't
I'm
exist?
a
And
coon. I'm the biggest coon you ever met.
I
Trust
Bro,
mean,
I
me.
they
get
Mhm.
really feel that way. They can just go to here
once
to
a week.
Compton. They can go to Compton over here in South Central and see how they feel saying that out there. See how that works out for them.
I I
You know
think
what
when
I
you
mean?
see a black dude do that, it's kind of like comical because like it's just like, okay, bro, you serious? These cops would have you in the back of a police car, beat you up. Like, are you serious? Like, you would never get away with this in America. So that's why people like look at this situation as, because if it was reversed, if it was a white guy doing it to a black dude, it'd
Can't
be
do that.
cringy. Yeah, it'd be
Right.
cringy. Like, oh, I
Right.
can't believe they did this, that. But him doing this, like, bro, you'll be destroyed within like 1 week if they catch you. Like, so that's the only thing that I think that people don't take it seriously.
No.
Look,
yeah,
the only problem
Yeah.
I have with them is them actually carrying out violence. You can say what you want, say what's on your mind. All is good until you put, hands on people and shooting people. That's where I draw the line. And it's funny because they were gone for a while, and I think if Kyrie Irving kind of gave him a little
hmm
push, hanging out with them, which I find hilarious. And I think Kanye as well. I think had a little something with them.
Yeah.
Well, he married a white woman, so there you go. I mean, selective
Oh,
when it applies. I don't
Yeah.
know, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna play this clip where they ask, "Are they a hate group?" and we can talk about if we think they are.
You guys have been labeled as a hate group.
Yes, we have.
Are you a hate group?
It depends on who you ask because we love blacks, Latinos, Haitians, Dominicans, Mexicans, Guatemalans, Panamanians.
Do you hate white people?
God hates white people.
Do you hate white
God.
people?
I can only hate white people because God hates white people.
So you do through the shield of God.
Do through my father. Like I hate what my father hates.
Sir, would you say you hate whites?
What I hate is the crimes that were committed against blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. That's what I hate.
Do you hope that I'm enslaved one day?
Well, the Bible says that, the nations that, came up against the nation of Israel will have to serve out their punishment in due time. But, the Lord will make that determination.
How would you diagnose the current state of black America right now?
We got work to do, of course, you know what I'm saying? And that's why we out here. Commander General Yohana gave us the mission to go out here and bring our brothers and sisters out of this hell that we live in called America. As long as we do that, we got work to do.
If you could broadcast a message to every black man in America, what would you tell them?
To have brotherhood and sisterhood, come back to the laws of God, keep the commandments. That's what I would tell them.
Are you guys segregationists?
Segregationists, yeah. Why not?
Has that ever played out poorly in history, would you say?
White people are segregationists.
I don't know any. I literally don't know one white person that wants segregation. Here's the truth. In 2024, with access to the internet, if you hate another group because of the color of their skin, you're a fool. Sorry.
And what's the reason? It's not the color of their skin, though.
Okay?
Yeah,
It's their actions. It's what they do. If it was color of the skin, you heard me earlier say Bob Marley is white. You heard me earlier say we don't like Africans either for the very reason. When somebody commits crimes, you don't think about their color. You think about what they did to you.
Keegan, let me ask you something. In the 48 hours you've been around, have you been mistreated?
No.
Did we feed you?
Oh, yeah.
Did you get some water?
Yeah.
We gave him some water. Right. We gave him some food. He came around. He gonna go home to his family. One white man came into a black church and nobody went home to their family. We are the most compassionate people on earth. And don't get it twisted. Keegan, I still want to see your nation burn. We gotta take care of us.
Woo.
are they a hate group? Gray, are they a hate group? Go.
I wouldn't necessarily classify any particular religious organization as a hate group. You have your
Mm.
extremists and you have people that are just religious.
So what
So
about Al Qaeda and ISIS? They are a
exactly,
Muslim organization. Are they a hate group?
of course, because they believe in jihad, they carried out terrorist attacks
That's the only
to
difference. They
further
got
what they
weapons.
believed in. What was that, Volker?
Get these fools some weapons. That's the only. I'm trying to tell you. The only difference between a lot of these groups.
Thank
Some
you.
got weapons and some don't. That's how I'm really starting to feel now. You get that
Well,
guy
I
that
got
just
into
said
an
all that crap,
argument.
some tanks, some
Yeah,
RPGs, and
with
some other. Man, they be on.
I got in a disagreement with a friend about them, and I said to me, they are a hate group. To me, I see them in the same category. Sorry, this is going to sound extreme as the KKK. They are a hate group. Their agenda is to push hatred, to put hatred ideology. Things like this plants in people's minds. And yes, maybe the group doesn't cause violence, but enough of this indoctrination, you cause violence eventually to someone that you hate, a white person, the KKK, another black person or person of color, something. And that is my issue with them. And I understand we have freedom of speech, but at the same time, this hateful ideology, it just harms people. And that's my issue with them.
Before Mr. Nick, 'cause I know he's gonna agree with Nora or Slim. Do you think they're a hate group?
Heck yeah, I think they're a hate group. They're a bunch of
Thank you.
clowns. They're a bunch of punks. Dudes sitting there with $500 shades on, talking about what they did to us. What they do to you. Come on, bro.
Can I give an
Sitting there,
example?
hair
I can get
nicely
done.
braided and parted, chilling. What they did to us. Come on, bro. That's what I'm talking about. It's these dudes right here that always want to front on the country. Like, where did you make your money, bro? You had to make your money in America. You had to. Come on, man.
Mr.
I'm
Nick,
tired.
is this a real threat to the Jewish community, or is this just is this a real threat?
So I'm in between a little bit of everybody. So is it a hate group? I believe so. I understand what you're saying, Gary, because you're like, there's some of them are extreme and they will take just a small minority will take the next action, right? They will actually go and maybe hurt somebody. My problem is they actually did that in 2019. They killed 4 people, right? They actually went ahead and did that in New York or New Jersey. And that's not the first time. But if okay, the way I explain, like the way you were explaining ISIS and being jihad, if you go to Hamas's website, they have their chapter, right? What they're about. They're about river to the sea and killing every Jew in the world. It's right there on Google. That's their charter. That's what they're about. The Israelites or the Black Hebrew Israelites are basically saying the same thing, right? We hate everything that's white, right? You will be our slave. You do owe us this. You do owe us that, right? Now, what's funny is some of those clips didn't talk a lot about the Jewish part. I feel like the clips that I saw them talking about Jews, I felt like there was a little bit more umph over there, a little bit more hate when it came to Jews. But yeah, do I think they're a hate group? Yeah, I mean, yeah, they are.
I have a clip where they talk about the Jews. I just didn't play it yet.
Roll.
I have to play it. But I will show you guys. He is right. I just want to show this for the audience. There was a hate crime in 2019, like Mr. Nick said. Jersey City shooters fueled by hatred of Jewish people and law enforcement. And it does talk about here that it was done by the Black Hebrew Israelites. So he is telling the truth. You guys can look it up. It is true. And this is why I still say that they are a hate group and they do cause hate. And also, FYI, Martin Luther King's mother was killed by one of them. I don't know if you guys know that.
Yeah, I was
No.
gonna mention that, but he was a
Oh,
lone
sorry.
gun. He was a lone gunman. So in that case, were these people lone gunmen, or was this like an actual organization saying, "Hey, go commit this act," or was people that just said, "Oh, I'm gonna go do this"? Because in Martin Luther King mother's situation, they said that guy had a mental illness and had schizophrenia.
Mr.
But he
Nick, do you
happened to
know
be a
about it?
Black Israelite.
I don't know if, and this is what I'm going back to what Gary's saying. Is it just a few in this collective 10,000, whatever they are, that really feel that kind of way, that they will really put hands on people and shoot people? I do believe Gary's right. I don't believe they're all 10,000 are like that. I don't. But I do believe that when your purpose is to hate, and that's what you're practicing all the time, that's where it gets a little bit more dangerous. And I don't know how organized they are. I don't know if they're talking about attacks every weekend. I don't think they are. I don't think they have the same level of passion as jihadists. Maybe because we're in America, maybe.
Right.
But overall, am I bothered by them? No. If I walked by one, am I think I'm going to get shot? Probably not. But to me, they're just racist dummies to me.
But that proves my point, though. Yeah, but that proves my point, though, that this rhetoric plants seeds in people's minds that may have mental issues, may have whatever pre-existing, and then they go out and cause harm, which is what I said. This was an example of it,
You're
which you just
basically
named out.
talking about like the media when they call Donald Trump a Hitler, and then you got one kid that wants to go take him out in Pennsylvania, right? Those people that are mentally unstable, that they think that they're hearing that and they think he's going to be a hero, right? That kind of stuff. That's where the media is dangerous. And that's where you're saying to echo what you're saying. Yeah, it is dangerous because you will get that personality. And it could be what Gary's saying. Maybe it was that one-off person that heard something and did something to Martin Luther King, right? Words, to the mother. Words matter. Words have power, right? And that the stronger you are, the more influence you have, the stronger your words are, the more they echo, right? That's how I feel about that.
Vogel, you didn't say whether they were a hate group or not. What do you think?
I'm going to say yes, because it sounds like a lot of hate within what they're saying. I was going to put it to, I keep saying they're just a group without funding. I truly believe that they're a terrorist group. They just don't have the funding. They don't have the machines. And then you have people like that. I would say it's like a child, a child who pouts and hates his parents, but he can't do anything. If you let them grow a little bit more, they end up like what was those kids that end up unaliving their parents?
Oh, the
Menendez brothers.
Menendez.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. Like you let them grow up, a little bit of funding, and get a little bit of this, they could cause some chaos. Like that guy felt really strong about what he was saying.
You believe that?
Yeah.
So I will say they have hate. They hate
really
that.
Believe that shit.
They hate that at one point we were enslaved. It happened. There's nobody living right now who was a part of that.
But Nora, before you go to the next clip to respond to Vogel thing, so Vogel, like in the wild with the lions, where like when the lion come and take the mates away from the other lion, he unalives
Get rid of offspring,
because he don't want the cub to come up and grow up and attack him. So you think that's how we should handle stuff? Don't let the cubs get big.
I mean, we about 100 years too late for that. maybe if we'd have did it right at the beginning, but that's all I would say. We a little late on it. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play this clip where it breaks down who they are. I think this is where they talk about Jewish people and what they think.
These are the Black Israelites, and they've been designated as a hate group. They hate a lot of different types of people, but they reserve their highest level of hatred for gay people and white people. They believe that Jewish people are imposters and that they, the Black Israelites, are the true descendants of Israel and thereby the chosen people of God. Furthermore, they believe that when Black Jesus comes back for the rapture, that they will take over the earth and enslave the Caucasians and Asians. Now, they call themselves the Black Israelites, but probably because recruiting numbers were awfully low, they began to include Latinos and Native Americans under their umbrella. To better understand how these guys think and operate, I thought it would be a good idea to send the whitest guy in my crew, Keegan, to spend 3 days with them in Harlem, New York. What you will see in today's episode will be a combination of me personally meeting this faction of the Black Israelites.
So yeah, that's where they talk about their hatred for Jewish people, and and they do worship Jesus, but I don't know what Bible they're reading because Jesus talked about love, being just, being fair, being open to people of different races. We weren't reading the same Bible. That's just me.
Well,
I'm gonna
yeah, I
jump in
mean,
for you. All right, go ahead.
go ahead, Vogel. Say what you were
Nah,
gonna say.
as the video was playing, I just kept thinking about the player haters ball on Dave Chappelle.
What?
So go ahead. God just kept hearing hate, 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 hate.
So,
That's
so
all you
Nick,
hear is just hate. But go
you
ahead.
know a little bit more where you said like there is more oomph towards like Jewish people. It seems like it's because their whole platform is that they're the real Jews. So
Jews.
like,
Yeah, they're the real Jews. And what's funny to what Nora said is that she says, I don't know what Bible they're reading at because it's not. It seems like they pick and choose. It seems like from the Bible and yet from the Torah. Because when they're talking about the Messiah coming and resurrecting people, that's more on the Jewish side. Where they come against Israel, we will rise. But it's never been about Christians. It's not really
Right.
in
Focus on Jesus's
Torah, it doesn't
principles. Like
really
you're not
say
hearing fruits of the spirit,
yeah.
like you're not hearing those things. Exactly.
I think they are they have their narrative, obviously. I don't think they go by the rules, by the book. You talk to a Christian, you get clarity. Talk to a Catholic, you get clarity. Talk to a scholar Jew, you'll get clarity. To some really honest Muslims, you'll get clarity.
Talk to a Democrat, you'd be like, never mind. Go ahead.
Oh, but that's a whole different thing. All right. You'll get some clarity with them. I don't think you'll get clarity. It just seems like the more they scream, the more they yell. That's how they get their point across.
so Slim, you going at the Democrats and all this. You think the Black Israelites? You think they're Republicans or Democrats?
You know they Democrats,
They
bro.
gotta be
Come on,
Democrats.
man. They gotta
No,
be
they
Democrats.
said they didn't
All that
support
emo-
Kamala. No, I have
Yeah,
Nah,
I have
all
a
that,
clip
all
here
that,
talking
all
about
that
Kamala.
emotion.
They
That's too
don't
much
support
emotion.
Kamala because Kamala ain't
Black.
black.
Yeah.
Yeah, play that clip, Nora. Play that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll play that
They
clip.
definitely ain't support Trump. You better believe that.
I'll play that clip. Let me play the clip. I think
I
this
had
is
a
it.
shirt. This is ISCPK, and that's called Real Nigga University.
Nice to meet you. I'm Tommy. How are
No
you?
problem. Now, a lot of people, of course, the word nigga has always been a derogatory term for black people in America. But this is also an identifying marker for who the children of Israel are in the Bible. When you go to book of Acts 13, verse 1, they call Barnabas Niger, which is where nigga comes from.
How long did it take for you to acquire your real
nigga
status?
Me? It took me 90 days.
And what kind of training or certification did you undergo in your quest to become a real
nigga?
I attend class for 90 days, and then that's when I'm born again.
And what made you say I want to become a real
nigga?
It was nothing out there for me to navigate to become and understand who I was and who I am. I looked at the word nigga as a negative term until I found out that it was an identity marker. You know, it's a shocker when you wake up and you find out that you're the descendants of Moses.
Was Moses a real
nigga? Hell yeah.
Was Jesus Christ a real?
The realest nigga.
Was Malcolm X a real?
No.
A real?
No. Malcolm X had a good spirit for brother. Hey, can I get my coffee?
Let's go. Turn it up. You're moving too slow.
Malcolm X was
Hold on. Can I say something? I was expecting your coffee to come straight black, and right now, that coffee has got some Caucasian mixed into it, brother.
This is a vintage.
This is allowed in this school, and the real
real nigga university. Yeah, we drink coffee. This is oatmeal shaken espresso, vanilla cinnamon foam.
There's vanilla?
Yeah,
Are you
cinnamon
appropriating my culture right now?
This is the best part. This man done
man,
went and
he
got
is
him some
trolling
Star.
them.
This is first world problems, y'all. He
is
went and got him
trolling
some
them.
Starbucks, some $8 coffee, and he's talking about how they're I don't have the clip, y'all, but basically, to go back to because Gray wants to hear about it. They pretty much said that Kamala Harris is not a black woman, and they're offended that the Democrats put her out in front of everyone. This is their views that the Democrats put her out in front of black people to get the black vote, and they'll never vote for her. So to answer your question, I don't have the clip though. Sorry.
Oh man, these dudes are clowns, bro.
Yo,
That
trolled.
that looked like a skit. I can't lie. That looked like a skit. Honestly, I can't believe we kept pointing at the guy. I'm like,
Yeah, that was classic content. I must say,
Vogel
that was
just
classic.
kept laughing over and over doing it.
Oh man,
Oh
it's
my
hilarious.
So Nick, what do you think?
Look,
You
at
can
towards the end,
laugh.
it looked like a Dave Chappelle kind of skit, you know.
I'm telling you, I've been saying it the whole
I saw it now. I saw it more towards the end. You know, they took it to that extra level.
Man.
I really hope that we don't have to really talk about them again, because if we do, that means
No, we're done.
They ain't
right?
going over. No, we
You
gonna
know
have
what I
to.
mean? Hopefully they don't do something, or like Vogel says, get some funding, right? Then we really have to talk about them, right? Look, it's interesting. There's a lot of people in this country. They got a lot of different ideas. Some people are able to broadcast that, and some people a little less. I think they're still going to do their thing, right? They're still going to be in the corners, yelling, screaming. I don't care really so much that they say they're part of Jewish descent. If you're part of Jewish descent, that doesn't bother me. But what kind of doesn't bother me, but a little nags me, is that he's going to tell me that I'm like, you can say you're the first Jew or the real Jew, but you can't come and say you're not a Jew, right? You can't say that. You can say a lot of things. You can say I'm more Jewish than you, whatever that means, right? But you can't say, right, you're not a Jew, I'm the real Jew, you're not Jewish, or whatever you are, right? Because I did my ancestry, right, and I'm 98% of me is, Middle East, right?
Nick,
And
can I ask you a question? Yeah. Why is it that this is the rumor I heard? You can tell me not true or true. Why is DNA testing illegal in Israel? Is that true, or is that like a myth?
It's not true. It's not true. I know that was a thing for a while.
Yeah.
But there was a thing with the Holocaust and stuff like that. I remember, but it's not a popular thing by far in Israel. It's pretty simple, right? You sit with your grandpa or you sit with your grandma. Most of them tell you they weren't born there. On what age? That they were either from Europe, either from the Middle East. Very small of them were in Israel, but most of them in the Holocaust. That's either when they had to leave Europe or when they started getting slaughtered in the Middle East, they had to leave. But you can always trace their roots back to Judea, back to where Jesus was born, right? Bethlehem, Nazareth, stuff like that. You can always trace their roots there to these certain things. But I mean, you want to be Jewish, that's fine. Doesn't mean you have to hate everybody and hate Jews. That's all I'm saying.
Facts.
I did my ancestry. I'm 5% Sephardic Jewish.
Sephardic Jewish. So that means you got some Jewish Middle Eastern in you.
Yeah.
I might find out I'm a Black Israelite. I freak out. I'm just kidding.
You might be.
Slim, you capped inequality Like, and Slim, you always say the best cure to racism is not to talk about it. That's what Morgan Freeman said. So so for the people, since we're talking about this, what's the cure to racism then? If we don't talk about it, like, what's the cure?
The cure is not to allow it to be in your brain, bro. Get it off your mind. Just live and help others. Do as much as you can to help the next man next to you. Doesn't matter what complexion they are.
Yep.
That's the best I got.
For sure.
Y'all want to hear something funny? I was on a live and this lady was like, oh, they were talking about you, Slim. She was like, I'm never going to the new party anymore because they're a bunch of racist, ignorant Black people. Don't ever go to that live.
Was that girl that was like talking
No,
over
it was her
everybody?
homegirl. No, it was her homegirl.
It was affiliation. I understand. We're good.
Nick, I know you have to go. Give us your closing thoughts, and then we'll go to Volga.
My closing thoughts, if we're talking about race, religion, and all that stuff, especially in America. Look, I grew up in the 80s. I had two idols in my life, and this is how I can prove that racism doesn't exist. There were Magic Johnson, right, and Michael Jackson. I had posters of both of those men in my room. No, I didn't. It wasn't about two Black men because my dad never cared. You can't have a Black. You got to have a. That didn't happen, right?
You like the music.
and having, those, because those are probably the only posters I've ever had. Okay, after a while, I was really connected to Kobe. That's a whole different thing. But that was the only posters I really had growing up. That's how I know I'm not racist, because nobody ever told me. My dad never told me you can't have Black men up there. That's who I idolized, right? Those are my heroes, right? That, Kobe is probably, when I grew up, he's 4 years older than me, but I watched him every game since a rookie. That's a deeper connection. I was wrecked when he passed. But I feel like I grew up with him because my professional career started kind of when he started in the NBA. That's a whole different thing. But, I idolized him, right? Never talked about race. All he talked about is hard work and hard work and hard work and values, right? And that's what I think needs to be, practice as much as we can in this world, is not to look people by what color they are, but by their actions, right? Who are you? What are you? What do you believe in? What are your values? What do you bring to the table? Do I want my son to look up to someone like you? It's pretty simple things. And I feel like that was easy in the 90s. We had heroes. We had Van Damme, we had Sylvester Stallone, Arnold Schwarzenegger. We had all these guys, and we didn't care that they had an accent, that they were big, they were small, European, Black. We didn't care, right? At all. And now we started caring, right? Oh, you're a Black actor, you can't act as a white man. You're a white man, you can't do a blackface, right? Or you can't gay, whatever it is, right? I don't believe in that. That's not how I roll. That's not how I teach my children. Everybody that I come in contact with, I don't care what gender, what race you are, it's who you are, and how you treat me is how I'm going to treat you. And we should go back to that. That's the only thing that matters, I think.
Nick, can I ask you one last question?
Yes, of course.
Do you guys have a Christmas tree out?
No.
No. Okay. Because I wanted to ask that because we were on a live one day and I just was curious. I asked this other guy and he wouldn't answer it.
So my wife, she got a lot of Hanukkah stuff that looks like Christmas stuff, right? So she got like this long sleeve of not a tree, but it's like a long branch, right? That's like blue, and we put the lights blue. It is not really common for Jews to decorate for Hanukkah. It's important to have a menorah, right? And the menorah to be the closest window so people can see that a Jew lives here. I don't know for what reason, but that's kind of like what it is. But that's as far as it goes to decorations. Now, living in America is different because I got those plants, I got the lights, I got the thing in front of my. That's my wife trying to make it, fun for the kids.
For the kids,
because they see other homes that have Christmas, and they're like, "Why can't we?" Okay, well now we can.
This is our Christmas because Hanukkah,
and it's important for them. And my kids, they go to school. You know, and obviously they have Christian friends, Catholic friends. So what? I don't teach them. You know, I teach them. You know, it's important how they treat you, right? But it's important to also educate them where they come from, where other people come from, to respect other religions, right? I think that's very important. I don't think that you can respect other people without knowing a little bit about them, what they're about,
Mhm.
right? That's how I feel, right?
I agree.
That's why I'm curious about history. That's why I'm curious about other countries, what they did, what they didn't do. You know, that's why I'm curious about a lot of things. I don't get everything right, obviously, but I do hope that the next 4 years brings down the temperature. It's not going to go
Mhm.
away, right? Stereotype, racism doesn't go away like this, but isn't an existing problem? I don't think so. And I think about it all the time because I'm at the bank, I'm in my car, I'm in my business, I'm looking around
Mhm.
me, and everybody's minorities. The majority is
Mhm.
minorities, and everybody is doing daily activities, daily business without caring about how they look or who they are, right? I mean,
Mhm.
you're going to the bank, is you know, it's a Latino guy, and the guy depositing is a white guy, and the other guy outside is a black guy. Nobody cares. Nobody looks around. Everybody does their thing until their feelings get hurt, right? Now, if
Mhm.
now suddenly you came in and it was 4:59 and the guy closed the door, oh, you hate me because I'm gay, right? That's that, you know, like, you know, that's a, you know, that's really, really a
Mhm.
stretch. But that's when I feel like people are trying to get attention, right? You don't like
Mhm. Get
this,
over.
or you didn't get the good service because of this. I think, and people are using that, and I think that's wrong. Right? I've never used that, and I've gotten bad service, and I don't tell somebody you're doing this because I'm Jewish, right? I don't, right? But some people do.
For sure, for sure. Well, Nick, we definitely appreciate you having you on.
Yes, Nick.
Thank
Oh
Thank
you for
you.
yeah.
having me on, guys.
Oh
And
yeah.
you
Thanks
always
for
give
coming.
good
Happy
information.
Hanukkah, Nick.
Thank you.
Happy
Happy holidays.
Hanukkah.
Happy Christmas. Happy New Year's.
Bye.
Thank you, Vulgar. Thank you, Slim. Thank you, Gary. Thank you, Nora. Hopefully, we can do another podcast soon.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
definitely. We'll have
Definitely.
you back
Anytime,
on
man.
soon,
Thank
Nick.
you.
Have a
Thank
happy
you,
new
guys.
year.
Thank you, everybody, for watching the show. Happy New Year's and happy holidays.
All
For
right.
sure.
Thank you. Okay, guys. Well, we can wrap up. We appreciate Nick for coming on and being a guest.
I
Gray,
like
what's your
Nick.
closing
Nick
thoughts?
was good. I like Nick. Sorry.
Oh
I
yeah.
just,
Yeah.
Yeah. He
I'm a little
cool.
tipsy. 1738.
I got the I
1738.
got cinnamon whiskey over here. Holiday. I did have some eggnog, but it's gone.
Hey,
Oh,
it's the holidays, guys. Come
Oh
on,
yeah.
man. It's
Yeah,
yeah.
time
We
to
have to have
represent.
happy times.
Everybody be happy, man. Get your money and love your neighbor, man. For real.
for sure, for sure. Go ahead,
Um.
Nora.
Oh, go ahead.
Vulgar.
Oh no. Oh yeah. Go ahead and give your closing thoughts, and then I'll speak.
Oh no, I was gonna answer from earlier because I agree with Slim as far as like we got to get rid of the color, right? I don't want to
Hmm.
say completely though, like I don't want to just throw bleach in there. Um, I think that we need to be America first, but at the same time, I don't know if people know the story of Coke and Pepsi. Like pretty much, Coke probably wouldn't have survived without Pepsi. They both needed each other. There was a competition, right? I think that yeah, we need America first. We are blacks. You have whites and them different races. It needs to be competitive to where the end goal is it's going to be a winner or loser, right? But I think that competition needs to be there. I think that's why like Nora gets on me, Nora J and everybody else gets on me because I'm like they like you don't care about race and anything. I do in a sense, but I don't want race to be a reason why I'm not competing. So I think as black people, instead of like hanging on to this slavery mentality or we were oppressed before, now we need to be the oppressors. No, let's all get on the track and it becomes a competition and let's see who wins through capitalism. Black people, okay, we all American, but black people, we need to sit down. Okay, how can we get our districts in the hood. That's how we get our hoods. Chicago, and how we get rid of all that. We start to be competitive. We need to bring more commerce to our hoods and stop focusing on shoot 'em up, bang bang.
Right.
Because that's
More
what all this
businesses.
Hebrew Israelite stuff is going towards. It's just the
Mm-hmm.
next wave of gangs. Because after they lose sight of it was about slavery or whatever, all those people that's in there, you here's the thing. You throw a little crack in there like they did in the 80s, and now you got a drug epidemic. Because
Mm-hmm.
they forgot about what they believed in, but they need something new. So you throw something in there. That's why it becomes a weakness.
Mm.
And now you got the gains, but instead, let's build our wealth. Let our
Facts.
race be the separation as far as us competing in the market. That's what I'm trying to say.
Slim, did you give your closing thoughts?
Oh yeah, I was good, man. I was letting you
Oh,
guys
okay.
go.
I mean, I just feel like we got to have these types of conversations to, push the information. Like, I feel like when people see people like Slim and Vulgar say, we don't see race, we want this, I think that's good to put out into the world. And I think, it's a lot of people in interracial relationships. My girl, Puerto Rican and Italian. My nephew's biracial. I mean, like, so I feel like it's more of like we're having a symbiotic relationship where we can work together and hopefully everybody can live some type of comfort.
Facts.
Yeah.
Yep.
Laura?
No, I'm in agreement. I think people should be able to have freedom of religions, like Boger said. But I feel like once you go into that gray area of you attacking someone else for their race, their religion, then that's where that freedom, I think, gets altered, because then you're infringing on someone else's rights by attacking them, even if it's verbally and saying those things. But anyways, that's just me. But letting y'all know our schedule for next week. We believe in happy holidays. So we will be having our show just next Thursday night, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We're leading up into Christmas. Everyone needs to spend time with their family. And the same will be just January 2nd. So we really appreciate everyone for watching and supporting us. If you're not subscribing, if you could please subscribe. And you can check us out at TikTok at 12 noon. We would probably be sticking with that, Gray, right? Except for maybe Christmas Eve. Well, most likely we'll be sticking to every day except for Christmas, probably. With that, so we'll be doing Lunch with the New Party. If you missed us on the live, 12 p.m., come check us out at the New Party 24. Gray is now the host. He's doing a great job, better than me, because they just love seeing the MAGA hat and the hate is so strong. So we've shifted to Gray being the host, and it's very left, but 85 and myself, we balance it out to try to have it be a little red and MAGA. That's my closing words. Anything you want to say, Gray?
No, happy holidays. Hopefully we get to see y'all again before, but if not, enjoy the time with your family.
And always vote.
Always vote. God bless
I'm
everyone.
gonna have to get up earlier to try to come on this lunch.
Yeah, man. I be
Yeah,
missing
you
it too.
do.
Don't feel bad,
All right.
Vogue. I be missing it too, bro.
I'm gonna try to get up earlier so I can be ready. But